The Wellingtons make their return to the windy capital in their first home match of the season. A new squad eager to take Canberra United on their home turf and hungry for their first win.
Wellington Phoenix, they'll go back to the drawing board.
Canberra started their season strong with a thrilling win against Brisbane Roar.
It is Canberra United who start the season with a massive 3 points.
Can the Wellingtons burn bright and ignite? Or will Canberra extinguish the Phoenix in the ring of fire? Find out tonight.
There were contrasting fortunes in the opening round of the Ninja A-League season for the sides representing the capital cities of Australia and New Zealand. Canberra United shot out of the starting blocks with a very impressive 3-2 win over Brisbane Roar, while Wellington Phoenix were undone by 20 minutes of inexplicable defending, going down 4-2 to Western United. But if history tells us anything, it's that Wellington are a far different proposition on home soil, and they return today to a patch of grass which proved to be a very happy hunting ground for them last season, both in terms of points accumulated and goals scored. Canberra, meantime, have never even scored a goal on this side of the Tasman, let alone collected any points. It's an intriguing early season encounter, the clash of the capital cities, as Wellington Phoenix face Canberra United live here on Sky Sport. As the two teams take to the field, led out by their extremely experienced captains, Annalie Longo and Michelle Heyman. I'm joined in commentary by 82 cap former football fern and A-League player for Adelaide United and Sydney FC, Anna Green. Great to see you, Greenie. What are you expecting, first of all, from Wellington Phoenix today as they look to bounce back from their disappointment in round one?
Yeah, look, I think they will have spent the week licking their wounds, but what we can expect is to have a tight defensive performance, particularly after last week, what we could only call probably some brain explosions in the back three.
Yeah, certainly. Paul Temple, I know, has been examining last weekend in preparation for today. It's a pretty perfect day in terms of conditions for football here at Porirua Park. Overcast skies, but no hint of rain really. And almost dead calm here in Wellington's northern suburbs. Phoenix coach Paul Temple makes just the one change to the 11 that started the season opener against Western United. Zoe McMeekin gets the nod at right wing back, with Japanese import Meiba Tanaka dropping to the bench. The Phoenix will start with a back three of Tiana Jaber, Mac Barry and Rebecca Lake, but could move to a flat back four depending on the way the game develops. There's a potential debut off the bench for experienced English striker Olivia Ferguson, who has recovered from a calf injury. New Canberra United coach Anthony Jagarinich also makes just the one change from his starting side. Football Ferns defender Liz Anton makes her Canberra United debut. Tegan Bertolicio drops to the bench where she joins New Zealand international Ruby Nathan. Maya Markovski scored a brace on her Canberra United debut last weekend. Mary Stanich-Floody also scored an eye-catching goal in that game. It's an all-Kiwi quartet controlling this one. Our referee is Beth Rattray, assisted by Alice Clipsham and Courtney Bremner. Sarah Jones, the fourth official. 10-year-old Anya Christou is in charge of the coin toss. It was her birthday on Wednesday. She attends Island Bay School and plays for Island Bay United and shows great style with the coin toss today, Anya Christou. American midfielder Maya McCutcheon plays her first home game for Wellington this afternoon. She signed for the Phoenix from North Carolina Courage, having enjoyed a decorated college career at Oklahoma and then West Virginia, where she won the Big 12 championship in 2022. Michelle Heyman is one of the Ninja A-League's most dangerous strikers and is approaching yet another goal-scoring milestone. She's sitting on 99 goals for Canberra United, looking to bring up her ton in the green shirt out here on Porirua Park today. She hasn't, though, scored in her two previous visits to New Zealand. Wellington Phoenix coach Paul Temple has been unwell for most of this week, handing the reins to new assistant Amy Shepherd. He has, though, recovered just in time to take his place in the dugout today. Anthony Jagarinich has taken the reins at Canberra United, having assisted Nagos Popovic for the last two seasons. He started in perfect fashion, overseeing a victory in his very first game in charge. Away we go, the clash of the Capitals and Porirua, the home side Wellington Phoenix all in yellow. Attacking the goal to the right of your screen in the first half.
Yeah.
Canberra in green, attacking the goal to the left in the first period. This is Canberra's third trip to Wellington. They've lost on both of their two previous visits. 5-0 in January of 2023, 2-0 last season. And Wellington Phoenix have the overall head-to-head advantage as well. 3 wins to Canberra's 2, but Canberra won the last meeting, a 1-0 victory in the penultimate round of last season. Canberra looking to make their way into the attacking third early on. Anna Green alongside in commentary. What are you hoping to see from, I guess, both sides today as we sort of feel our way into this match, Greenie?
Yeah, look, it's a bit of a perfect matchup, isn't it, with the way that Canberra play on the counter-attack. And Wellington Phoenix, as I said, had a bit of a ropey start in their first game. So I think it's going to be a contest of the midfield, and we'll see who can control the game early on.
A bit of injury concern early for Rebecca Lake there, as she was on the end of a robust challenge, but is okay to carry on. The influential defender, looking at the way that Wellington have lined up at the back. It is Mac Barry on the ball now in the centre of a back three. Tiana Jaber out right and Rebecca Lake out to the left. Here is Zoe McMeekin reinstalled to the starting side in a right wing back role. Mania Elliott on the other side. You like the back three?
Do I like the back three? Probably not. I think they looked ropey at best last game for big periods of the game. I know they'll say it was a few lapses of concentration, but they just looked a lot more settled when they had a back four in.
Emma Main putting the pace on down the right-hand side. Was she fouled there by Alex McKenzie? Referee says no. She certainly had her for pace. And Alex McKenzie clears up the left-hand side for Canberra United, but good pace early from Emma Main.
Yeah, Emma Main looked outstanding there, and you know, would I be calling that a foul? You say absolutely would have been. They'll be glad that there's no VAR in this one.
Beth Rattray is out referee. She saw nothing wrong with it. Here's an opportunity for Grace Jarley, playing her 50th A-League women's match this afternoon. Grace Jarley, she was a foundation member, of course, of Wellington Phoenix, has played for Canberra and Perth. Game 50 today for Grace Jarley. Here's McMeekin, another chance for Wellington across the 6-yard area. Away by Liz Anton, the Football Ferns defender in the heart of Canberra United's defence.
That was a good ball in from Meekin there, and we just need to see some of the Phoenix strikers getting across the box there.
Longo. Wynnum tries to play a return pass, gets a bounce back, Alyssa Wynnum, and it'll be another throw for Wellington Phoenix. Alyssa Wynnum, a big season for her. She's spent some time playing State League in the Australian competition over the winter months, has come back fresh and hungry. Here is the back three you love so much. Greenie, Jaber, Barry and Lake. It's worked out okay at the moment as here come Wellington down the left-hand side. Mania Elliott has kept that one in, but can only find Rovers. So early territory anyway is the way of Wellington, but Canberra with an opportunity now. Markovski though can't control, and Longo, the Wellington Phoenix captain and hugely experienced Football Ferns international. Now back to Carolina Villau. Calm from the new Phoenix custodian, the Portuguese under-23 international. What did you make of her performance last week? I'm not sure that there was a heck of a lot she could do with any of the goals after the defending in front of her.
No, look, I think she was unlucky to be on the receiving end of 4 of those, but the one was the mix-up. That's the one that you'd be pointing at. But look, it's early days. It was the first game of the season, and when you look across the A-Leagues, it's looked like the first game of the season for, I think, all teams involved.
Yep, there's a feature of the A-League, both men's and women's, is the turnover of players, new players into both sides, particularly Wellington, who have lost all of their imports from last season. Here come Canberra, and towards Heyman at the near post, cleared by Barry. Michelle Heyman sniffing around there, as she so often does, looking for goal 100 in Canberra colours.
That was great defending from Barry, and that's what she's going to need to do against Heyman in the middle.
And it all fizzles out, rather, the latest attacking move for Canberra United. Emma Rober's not able to keep the attacking move going. Good crowd in attendance here at Porirua Park. The grandstand that we're broadcasting from is filling up appreciably. Lots of yellow and black there. Not a heck of a lot of support for Canberra. I'm sure there's the odd pocket of Canberran support. We welcome you in on that side of the Tasman. Canberra United fans keeping tabs on your team. High hopes this season for your side after failing to make finals for the last 3 seasons.
They've had a dream start with that result against Brisbane, though, and we saw yesterday in Brisbane's game against defending champion Sydney FC that they were putting 3 points on the board, so the result last week is no mean feat.
Yeah, good one for Brisbane last night, as you mentioned, Greenie. This is round 2 of the Ninja A-League. Brisbane beating Sydney FC 1-0 last night. Melbourne City winning the first derby against Melbourne Victory 3-2. Mariana Speckmeyer with a couple of goals, a name we know well after her 10 goals for the Phoenix last season, up and running in the new campaign.
Yeah, she was looking in fine form last night, and she will be sorely missed by the Phoenix, I'm sure.
So goal kick coming the way of the visitors. Sally James, all in pink today. Second stint at Canberra, was here in 2020-21. Had a couple of years at Melbourne City, last season at Perth. Back in Canberra colours, Sally James. Jale with a good header forwards towards Main. Little cushion header for Wynnum. McMeekin looking to bring Jaber in. Markovski in hot pursuit. Mackenzie Barry, the all-time leading appearance maker for Wellington Phoenix. Jale dropping off to link up and then bring Manaia Elliott in. She's got good wheels down the left. She's in a battle over there, though, with Sophia Christopherson. And it's Canberra who diffuse any danger there might have been.
That was a bit of a flavour of the game last week as well, wasn't it? So much possession and so much time in the attacking third and not quite getting anything from it. So I'm thinking when we see Manaia Elliott in positions like that, she's got to get something from it. Whether it's a corner, a throw-in, a cross into the box, there's got to be a final product from having the ball in that area of the field.
Vilau goes long towards Jale. It was a good flick too by Grace Jale. Emma Main, though, not able to seize upon it. Great seeing Grace Jale back at the club where she was the leading goal scorer in Wellington Phoenix's first campaign. That was played almost exclusively, in fact, I think entirely on the other side of the Tasman. Let's have a look at this battle over on the far side here, Greenie.
Yeah, she's done well 1v1 there, but that's it. You've got to be getting a corner from that.
So free kick coming the way of Canberra. Liz Anton is in charge of this set-piece situation. On Canberra debut, 62 appearances in 4 seasons for Perth Glory, 20 New Zealand caps for Liz Anton. Missed out last week through injury, but here she is today and launching this one into the penalty area. Headed goalwards, but without any real power. Carolina Vilau in goal for Wellington, taking the place of the departed Riley Foster and Brianna Edwards. A lot of time at Benfica, but left the Portuguese Giants to try and get some opportunities. Now, Wynnum wasn't quite sure, I think, whether Emma Main was chasing after that one or whether it was her. As it happened, it rolled out for throw. Hayley Taylor-Young in charge. Came apart for Canberra. Now there's a bit of trouble in the centre here. Just a suggestion, perhaps. Not a problem there. No, we're okay. We're all going to carry on okay. Longo. Never troubled by tight areas, Emily Longo, as she gets out of that one. It's Darcy Malone who Just for a second doubled over as if there was something wrong. She's okay to continue though, which is good news for Canberra. There's Jale. Elliott not able to seize upon it. Rebecca Lake with some robust work to win possession back momentarily for Wellington. Here's Heyman. She can't control, but it falls. And a chance now for Markovski. 2 goals last week. Here's Maya Markovski in the area. Is this her third of the season? It's Heyman! And Canberra's Queen in Green, their goal machine, chalks up number 100. Michelle Heyman, it's only taken 11 minutes. She can raise the bat. 100 goals for Canberra United, put on a plate for her by Maya Markovski, and Canberra into a 1-0 lead.
There was a great ball through there, and Maya Markovski just does enough, gets it across to Heyman, and she was never going to miss from there. And what an amazing personal achievement for Michelle Heyman there to get her 100th goal.
Incredible from Michelle Heyman. 100 goals, and this her 157th appearance for Canberra. It's 112 now in 183 games. The A-League Women's all-time leading goal scorer. 3-time A-League Women's Golden Boot. 2-time Julie Dolan medalist. A raft of achievements and honours for Michelle Heyman, and she opens the scoring here today and brings up that magical 100-goal milestone. Quite the achievement, Greenie, for any player to score that many.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a testament to her in her unbelievable career. I thought she was coming towards the end of it a couple of seasons ago, and she's had an absolute resurgence, not only with Canberra but also with the Matildas, and it's been fantastic to watch her play so well at a domestic level and then go on to the international stage as well.
Yeah, I think she herself might have thought that she was coming to the end, but clearly not, and she's doing it as well as she ever has. You're right, for both club and country. Just back from international duty with Australia in the last couple of weeks. 17 goals last season, joint most by any player in a single season. Sam Kerr got that many in 2018-19. Here's Markovski's awareness, just to slide it sideways. Well, she's got a lot of goals, not too many easier than that one.
No, absolutely not. That was on a plate for her, and she was never going to miss that.
Yeah, credit to Maya Markovski, who scored a couple, as I say, last weekend in the first up win over Brisbane Roar. That time she played provider. So Wellington Phoenix are going to have to come from behind. That is the first goal Canberra have scored against Wellington Phoenix on New Zealand soil. A 5-0 and 2-0 set of defeats in their other 2 visits. So they've quickly put that right. Free kick going the way of Canberra. Didn't quite see what the situation was there that unfolded.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting calls this season. I think we've seen more let go than we have called, but that was on the softer side, I'd be saying.
Emma Main getting the better of Hayley Taylor-Young that time. The two have already had a couple of battles. Stanich Floody dropping out of the line to link up with Taylor-Young. Maya Markovski just relishing being back in the A-League Women's. Had scored just 3 A-League goals in her A-League career before her brace last weekend. Had 3 years at Melbourne Victory. Dropped into the State League in Victoria. Scored 20 goals for the Premiers, Bulleen Lions, and earned herself a call up to Canberra. Relishing her opportunity to be back, Maya Markovski. She might get the ball again here, and does. Tracked all the way by McMeekin. Gets a hand from Malone. Longo is back and clears the danger for Wellington. Emma Main does well, frees up Wynnum. Looks up and sees Jale. Grace Jale. This is good from Wellington. Wynnum. And they keep the move going. They can't quite. And Liz Anton steps out of defence. Plays the ball forward looking for the run of Heyman. She decides quickly that she's not going to chase after that one. But the the green shoots of a move there for Wellington.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think when you're pinned back, which they have been for the last few minutes, it's hard to get numbers forward, so you've got to have support quickly up with Jarley. So to have Alyssa Wynnum and Emma Main running off her, and then that ability to link up. And if your support's not there, you've got to be able to hold it up.
Wellington with 2/3 of the possession, regardless of the fact that they're 1-0 down, so they've had plenty of the ball in the first quarter hour.
Somewhat reminiscent of last week, when they did manage to have the majority of the possession as well, but not much to show for it.
And Canberra United, for their part, had fewer shots at goal last week than anybody else in round one, just the 6. 5 of those were on target, though, and 3 of them went in. So it speaks of real efficiency in front of goal. They've had 1 today, and that's gone in.
Yeah, you don't need to create many more opportunities if you've got a hit rate like that.
Only 5 of Wellington's 11 attempts last week were on target. They got a couple of goals, obviously. Well, 1 was an own goal. Heyman looking to link again and charges after this one. Jaber should have best position, though, and clears it away. It'll be recycled by Markovski. He seems to be popping up all over the place, Maja Markovski. Unfortunately, can't find Rovers.
It is great to have talent like that popping back up into the A-League, and I think that's testament to the feeder leagues in Australia, that you can have players playing there, getting goals, and then able to step right back up.
Wellington will use the left-hand side again through Elliott. Little nutmeg attempted on Christopherson over there, but move doesn't carry on. Here's McCutcheon. The thought is that Maja McCutcheon will probably sit the deepest of the midfielders, allowing Annalie Longo to break forward in support of Alyssa Wynnum. There's McMeekin. Wynnum, clever. Well done from Alyssa Wynnum. Slides it to Jarley. Now Longo. Canberra with bodies back behind the ball, so Wellington will have to recalibrate. Couple of nice little touches from Alyssa Wynnum, just some little glimpses of what she's capable of. Here's Jarley again. Wynnum can't quite control it in the penalty yard. They're going to fall to McMeekin. McMeekin's in the area and forces a throw off McKenzie. So Wellington starting to knock on the door ever so slightly. Yellow Fever start to find their voice. McMeekin. The 1-2 with Main. Ball into the area, touched off by Jarley. It's back with McCutcheon. Into the area again, Jarley with a little flick. Here's Manaia Elliott.
Gee, I don't think that was too far off.
Just the 1 goal for Manaia Elliott, the Dunedin-born wing-back. Played her early football in Waikato for Cambridge and Melville United. Yeah, I think you're right, Greenie. That was not so very far away. So signs of promise for Wellington. Markovski in a battle with Longo, who will not let her get away. That's trademark Annalie Longo, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't show Annalie Longo the ball for too long. She probably got the better of her in the first one, but Flea came back with a vengeance.
136 caps for her country, Annalie Longo, 5th most. This one's bouncing around in Wellington's penalty area, and Longo will be who calms things down. Elliott again trying to set something up, can't get away from Christopherson, in towards Villau, and she'll comfortably claim that one and set McMeekin away with a bit of space to work with down Wellington's right. Emma Main's peeled away, little back heel, hoping to find McMeekin with the return.
It's a good ball in there, but claimed really easily. You can see that those centre-backs are watching Heyman all the way.
Yeah, I guess when you've got 100 goals, you get a lot of attention from opposition defences, don't you? Still managed to escape their clutches for the game's opening goal. Taylor Young forward towards Heyman. Gets away from Jaber, does well. Heyman frees up Robers for the little narrow pass. Over there looking for Aideen Keane, but not able to find it. Composed goalkeeping there from Carolina Villau. Obviously comfortable enough with ball at feet. Manoir Elliott looking to switch play and does it well to Longo. On towards McMeekin. Taylor Young, though, with some good defending, keeps it in, but presents it back to Wellington. A good feel to this game, nice and open. Lovely turn into space by Annalie Longo. Now can she open up some space down the left? Main. She can't quite control, but wins it back. McCutcheon. Now McMeekin. Wynnum wants it. Nice from Wynnum into Main. Building nicely for Wellington. And that pass was aimed into the path of the on-rushing McMeekin. Heyman's all alone at the moment, but frees up Aideen Keane down Canberra's right. Bit outnumbered Canberra at the moment, but a couple of other players joining in now. Here's Keane in towards Michelle Heyman, who's been forced wide by Barry. Good solid defending from Mackenzie Barry. Michelle Heyman thought there might have been a corner. I think most on the ground agreed with the officials that it was a goal kick.
Yeah, the Phoenix have done well to shut down that counter-attack, because you've seen Canberra so far. They're so happy to sit back in, let the Phoenix have the ball in front, and then the minute it's coughed up, they're right on the counter-attack.
First of 11 matches Phoenix will play here this season. Now Wynnum's away, she's got Grace Charley out with her. 2-on-1 situation here. Wynnum slides it towards Charley, and Liz Anton with some very, very good defending in a 2-on-1 situation. As you'll know, Anna, there's only so many things she can do. Liz Anton did it really well.
Yeah, she did so well there. She cut off the ball to Grace, and then when she got herself in line, she was ready to step to Wynnum. So that's outstanding defending from Liz Anton.
Emma Main looking to keep the move going. Hayley Taylor-Young with another intervention. Yeah, so 11 games the Phoenix will play here this season. Been a happy hunting ground. 4 wins and a draw in the 6 games they played here last season. 13 goals in those games.
Canberra getting good numbers behind the ball there. It's going to take something special from the Phoenix to break them down.
Longo launches it in. No problem there for Sally James. Now, I think the possession stats, certainly our ones, have Wellington in a 70-30 situation now. So I've had plenty of the ball, but as you say, Canberra seem quite happy to sit back, to soak it up, and to make it difficult for Wellington to penetrate.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be happy for the Phoenix to be playing the ball around in front of them. They're getting lots of numbers behind the ball, and then when you've got Michelle Heyman up front, you're always going to be dangerous on a counter.
Now that will be a foul, I would imagine, as Zoe McMeekin is manhandled over here by Markovski. Ball into the penalty area. Manoir Elliott tracks back to track it down. Aideen Keane has done well to bring that one away, and that'll be a free kick going the way of Canberra United. Aideen Keane goes down and stays down under challenge from Manoir Elliott. Canberra debut last weekend for Aideen Keane, having played for Western Sydney, Perth and Sydney FC. Australian under-20 international. Referee just having a conversation with Aideen Keane and a couple of the others in Canberra United colours, Liz Anton included. Beth Rattray, our referee today. High line for Wellington as Anton launches it forward. Lake with the header. Markovski. Taylor Young off on a run, but not used by Markovski. McKenzie. Natalie Longo not quite able to seize upon it. Markovski has, though, and sets off out towards the right-hand side. Here's Aideen Keane back on her feet and causing problems. Manair Elliott had to be assured in her defending. So it's Michelle Heyman's goal that separates the two sides. Wellington, though, have had plenty of possession. Haven't troubled Sally James in the goal too much for Canberra. McCutcheon needs a couple of opportunities to get that away. Eventually it's a goal kick. So what would you like to see more of from Wellington as they try to break down what is a pretty stiff Canberra defensive wall, Greenie? What would you like to see from them?
I think you've got to see quick ball movement. You've got players that love to get on the ball, love to get turned in. Longo, Wynnum, Jale and Main. So to see quick support onto them.
Emma Main dropping out to flick that one on towards Jale. Now that's hit McMeekin on the head. Had it gone out, it hadn't, so that'll be a throw into Canberra United right in front of Anthony Jagarinich, who makes the point to the officials. He'll be pretty happy with the way his team are managing their way through what is approaching the first half hour of this game. Just when you've got a weapon like Michelle Heyman, you're always in any game, aren't you? Always in any game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see when the ball goes up to her that she's attracting 2-3 Phoenix players, which just opens up space out wide for Aideen Keane and Markovski.
Just as we say that, a missed touch, a collector's item almost, as Michelle Heyman not able to control it. Longo. Stanich Floody approaching, does well to get away from her, looks up, drifts one out towards Grace Jale. Emma Main heading towards the centre forward position. Manair Elliott there as well. Jale keeps it in. Longo in support. Wynnum. Jale into the path of Alyssa Wynnum, but it all breaks down again, but they're going to get a second opportunity as it's given back to Jale. Launches towards the far post. Elliott heads it back. Aideen Keane is there. Elliott's there. Can she win something for her side? Good defending again from Canberra, and Sally James able to gather.
It's a dangerous ball in from Jale, and if that manages to flick back across, that's onto something. When those balls are going far post, you know as a wide forward that that's got to come across again.
Yeah, Manair Elliott was not quite able to get the purchase she was hoping to get it back across goal. Young squad assembled by Anthony Jagarinich for Canberra United this season. Their average squad age in round one was the youngest in the A-League women's competition. Stanich Floody. Keane. Mary Stanich Floody again. Rebecca Lake is out there trying to stop the progress and had to be really precise with her tackle, Rebecca Lake, and was behind for a corner.
That's good defence, because it did look like Aideen Keane did have the beating of her there. So to get that last-ditch tackle in, it's really important for the Phoenix defence.
Key player for the Phoenix, Rebecca Lake, missed the last 4 games of last season. And towards the penalty spot, and towards the edge, helped back in by Malone, not cleared by Wellington. Mac Berry can't quite get it away. Lifted back in, but too close to Vilau. So just the one attempt on target in the first half hour of this contest, and it ended up in the back of the net off the boot of Michelle Heyman almost inevitably. So nothing apart from that for either keeper to have to deal with in terms of a shot on target for either side. A couple more games in round 2 of the Ninja A-League to come today. Western Sydney Wanderers against Adelaide United, and Perth Glory against the Newcastle Jets to wrap the round. James is all the way out and puts a boot into that one. Lake with the header. Bit of a hush comes over the crowd at the moment as they wait for another Wellington Phoenix opportunity. It's been almost but not quite as far as the attacking third is concerned. They've been down there, they've constructed a few moves, but nothing in terms of an end product just yet for Wellington. Meantime, 18 Keane causing problems. Heyman sliding in. Jaber, really important challenge by Tiana Jaber. Markovsky, wasn't it? Sorry, Greenie.
No, I was going to say that battle between Keane and Lake on the far side is going to be an interesting one, I think.
And it certainly looked like handball against Hayley Taylor-Young, not given, and Michelle Heyman streaks away. Jaber comes across. And it doesn't get the return pass. Well, it certainly looked like a hand up from Hayley Taylor-Young in front of us. Not spotted by the officials. Mackenzie Barry stepping into midfield and trying to get some forward momentum going for Wellington. Here's Jale, she's dropped out of the line again, forward towards Main, tries to flick it off into the path of Longo.
It's always going to be a tough ask for anyone running off Emma Main when she's the furthest forward striker.
Now Heyman seizes upon it. Markovsky up there with her at the moment. Malone. Now Taylor-Young. Lifts it in towards Heyman, but too close to Villau. Longo working hard in Wellington's engine room, trying to drive her side on. Mackenzie Barry's into midfield again. Jale drops off the line.
You can see you've got midfielders for the Phoenix there getting really deep to try and find the ball. You had Jale, Wynnum and Longo all on their side of the half, which is, while good to get the ball flowing, it's not really what you're after.
McCutcheon into Main, goes through her legs, chasing through McMeekin. Taylor-Young gets it away, hits the referee, and we'll stop play there because it's diverted the ball away from Canberra, so drop ball. We're approaching the final 10 minutes of regulation time in the first half. Both coaches up in their technical areas getting a close-up view of things. Rovers looking for Heyman, cut out by the other 23, Rebecca Lake. Mary Stanich-Floody. All the way back to Sally James. She'll look for Markovsky. Had a quick look to see where Heyman was and thought about flicking it on, but then now Malone has come through there on Tiana Jaber. And free kick coming the way of Wellington. Tiana Jaber has gone down and stayed down. Looks like she's going to be okay to continue. Tiana Jaber. It was Darcy Malone, I think, who put the challenge in. No further sanction. Yeah, Beth Rattray just going to have a quiet word, I think, with Darcy Malone.
Well within her rights to go for that one. Just unfortunate for Jaber that she's on the receiving end of it.
Back on her feet, Tiana Jaber, and happy to carry on. On the ball now. And yeah, looks like she's okay. No ill effects. McMeekin and Jaber looking to combine. Markovski is back though, making sure that no further progress was made. That's come the way of Wellington though. Can they set something up in the attacking third? Wynnum, always with her quick feet in towards Emma Main. Rebounds off a Canberra United defender and out for what will be a throw. It's hit the corner flag and gone the wrong side of it as far as Wellington's concerned. They get it going quickly though, and unfortunately for Annalie Longa, she can't quite find McMeekin. Just not quite coming together for Wellington.
No, it's not, but you see glimpses of it, can't you, with Alyssa Wynnum getting turned there. She's got unbelievable feet, so if she can get the ball in the box, linking up with Emma Main, that would be something that Canberra will be worried about.
Heyman drops off the line, tries to find Stanich Floody. McCutcheon steps in and just about wins the ball. Wants the return pass from Main and gets it. Forced into a wide area though, Maya McCutcheon. Can she wrap her foot around it? Does. Towards the penalty arc, but cleared by Canberra, so the endeavour was there from McCutcheon, not quite the accuracy. Now McMeekin and Stanich Floody in a battle. The green ribbon in the hair of Mary Stanich Floody, and she wins a free kick, the 18-year-old.
I think McMeekin's unlucky there. There didn't look too much in that.
The scorer of an eye-catching goal a week ago, Mary Stanich Floody, her third in the A-League Women's.
It's been great to see her progress in the league, having moved from Sydney FC, not getting much game time, to come across to Canberra, and then she's really come into her own this season so far, and we're only a game and a half in.
Planted into enemy territory by Canberra. Cleared but recycled by Keane. Christopherson. Too close to Vilau, you fancy?
We've had a few of those where their crosses coming in from deep. You can see what they're aiming for, and you get them 2 metres further back, and that's real worries with Heyman in the midfield. But as it currently stands, those balls are going straight into Vilau's hands.
Vilau's looked good, hasn't she? Very solid. Nothing in terms of, apart from the goal, which she couldn't really do much about, nothing in terms of saves, but certainly on crosses she looks pretty competent.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been coming out and claiming those really well. Even with the ball at her feet, she's looked good. She's not been under too much pressure, but whatever she's been asked to do so far, she's delivered.
Good acquisition for Paul Temple. Once again, Wellington looking to link down the right-hand side. Jarley's pass, though, too far ahead of either McMeekin or Main.
It's probably been trademark of the game so far, though, hasn't it, Piney? Because you'd say that neither goalkeeper's been that busy, yet the ball's been in the middle of the field for the vast majority of it.
Yeah, I think that'll be probably what both coaches will want in the second half from their sides. Yeah, you can see the middle third, nearly 40% of that game has been sort of, or this game has been taking place in the engine room, as it were. Rebecca Lake's gone down here. I don't think a free kick's been given here. No, it was Monira Elliott who was on the end of it, so I'm not quite sure what the situation is with Rebecca Lake. Maybe just an issue with her boot. She doesn't seem in great comfort, unfortunately, Rebecca Lake. Lara Wall is the defensive substitute at Paul Temple's disposal if he decides to, or has to go to his bench. He wouldn't want to, I'm sure. The play goes on with a couple of players still down. Might be Stanich Floody, is it, who's having issues. In the meantime, play does go on. Barry misses that one, and now she's got a whack on the back of the heel. There's been a lot of stopping and starting in the last couple of minutes, Greeny.
Yeah, I don't know if we're missing something, but there's been a few players going down with snipers, it would seem.
Longo, great ball into the path of Main, who does well to control, pushes it past her defender, Mackenzie, but can't quite claim on the other side. Good vision from Annalie Longo, good control at the first instance by Emma Main, but Alex Mackenzie doing some good defensive work for the visitors. We're into the final 5 minutes of regulation time in this first half. Pressure put on Markovski by McMeekin, but she does well to get away into space. She's got, well, she had some support from Stanich Floody, couldn't find her. And Longo again breaks things up. McCutcheon forward towards Main, who can't quite get her touch, and again it's Alex Mackenzie with the clearance. Not quite coming together today for Emma Main, the Upper Hutt local. One thing you will get from her though is a willingness to keep on battling as she is here. Emma Main does well. Looks up, sees Jale, goes herself. Now looks for Jale's run. Once again, the connection not quite there, but you cannot fault the endeavour from Emma Main.
You know, Emma Main's looking good there. She's getting turned, she's running at players, she's trying to unlock it. She just needs some more support up there.
Wellington's first goal scorer last weekend. An own goal, of course, was Wellington's first goal, but Emma Main scoring from the penalty spot to open her account. Markovski tries to help it on towards Malone, but Jaber's going to get there ahead of her. Can't go back because Heyman's sniffing around, so nice turn by Tiana Jaber. Wynnum. Longo. Elliott's off on a run, but Longo can't quite find her. Chance now for Canberra to turn defence into attack. Stanich Floody in towards Heyman. Nice little touch off. And a good save by Bilal as Aideen Keane, I think it was approaching.
That was a great block there from Bilal.
And it's come at some personal cost as well, Greenie, by the looks of it.
Gosh, that's brave, diving at someone's feet like that. That's what you want from your goalkeeper.
That is really courageous from Carolina Bilal. Had to as well. No suggestion of anything other than a fair challenge from Aideen Keane. Lovely touch by Michelle Heyman into her path. Carolina Bilal, though, had to put her body on the line and is going to need some treatment. I've been impressed by Carolina Bilal in many respects of her goalkeeping. We haven't, as I said before, seen her have to make any saves as such, but something like that shows the bravery of the Wellington Phoenix goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. She's in the right place there and willing to put her body on the line. It was such a great touch from Heyman there. Just that awkward angle where it gets, you've got to come out and you've got a striker running full pelt at you, and there she is diving right at her feet.
Now, she looks like she's going to be okay. She's just getting some treatment there in a sitting position. Well, it's not the face of someone who's in great comfort, I must say, but I guess it's one of the occupational hazards of being a goalkeeper.
Yeah, you would never have seen me in goal, Piney, that's for sure.
It takes a special type of player, doesn't it? Now, just wonder, there's a bit of a suggestion of problem there in the upper thigh.
Look, I wonder if she got Aideen Keane's knee coming through there, and then you've got a Charlie, and that's, while not disastrous, it is hard to carry on with that.
Wellington's reserve goalkeeper is Amy Daniele. Let's have a look here at where the contact was. I think you're exactly right, Greenie. I think that's exactly what's happened. The point of Aideen Keane's knee right into the meat of Carolina Bilal's thigh. We used to call it a dead leg, a Charlie, as you say. They're not much fun, are they?
And for our Australian counterparts, it's a cork.
There you go. I think we've got most of the terminology right there. There's Amy Daniele doing some warm-ups right now. Well, we saw Amy Daniele make her debut on this very ground last season. Right at the end of the season, she came off the bench for what was almost a ceremonial debut. This would be anything but if Carolina Villau is unable to continue.
It's one of those positions, isn't it? Any other person on the field, you've got 3 minutes to go to half-time, you can just come off, your team can wear it. Goalkeeper, absolutely not. You've got to have them ready to go.
Well, we're into an added 3 minutes. I wonder if they'll just try and get her through, as you say. I'm just trying to read the body language. I've never really been very good at that, but I just wonder whether she's going to try and get there. Meantime, Maya Markovski's enjoying a bit of Robbie Williams.
I've genuinely never seen that before when you've got players dancing on the field.
She seems like a real character, Maya Markovski. What a great re-addition to the A-League women she is. And, yep, the applause you can hear is for Carolina Villau going back into goal. There's no way she is 100%. I think they're just going to try and navigate their way through to half-time where she can get some more treatment. But if I'm Canberra, I'm putting a lot of pressure on Wellington in the final few minutes here. We're, as I say, into an extra 3, but there'll be more than that because that was at least a 5-minute stoppage, I'd have to think, for Villau. Here come Canberra again. And just a fall in the penalty area. Shot comes in from Aideen Keane. Carolina Villau not called into action. And player down as well for, is that Markovski over there?
Yeah, I think she was definitely angling for a penalty there, so I'd love to see the replay of that one, see whether she was caught in the box.
Well, here we go.
Well, the dive on the end of it was in the box, but I think the contact was definitely outside if there was any.
Very good summary, Greenie. So can Wellington find another opportunity or two before we go to the break here? They'll feel like they've had enough possession, certainly. Over 2/3 of possession to be at least equal on the scoreboard. Apart from Michelle Heyman's goal and that recent incursion into the area by Aideen Keane, Canberra haven't had much in the way of clear-cut opportunities either. Jarley going to try and win something down in the corner here. Mackenzie in very close proximity. Jarley, is anybody fouling anybody there? I don't think so. I think it's just robust coming together, and the eventual outcome is a throw to Canberra.
It was a great recovery from the defender there because Grace Jarley left her for dead with the ball through her legs and managed to get back and get her body in the right spot.
I'm sure Anthony Jagarinic will probably just want this half to end as well so he can get his charges in under the sheds at 1-0 ahead. Is there one more opportunity for Wellington perhaps? Jarley given away in the centre of the park, and Aideen Keane's off after this one, and Villau decides not to come. Aideen Keane is through. Aideen Keane on goal and can't find the target. Well, Carolina Villau, I don't reckon she's any good at all. She thought about coming out for that one, changed her mind, and luckily for her, Aideen Keane couldn't find the target.
Yeah, absolutely. Villau is not moving smoothly. You had Aideen Keane just rip-roaring through the back three there, and good on Jaber running back there and putting enough pressure on to make it a bit uncomfortable.
I wonder whether she's picked up an injury here as well, because now Aideen Keane is down in the penalty area and in real distress. Just as she took that one past the defender, I don't know, did something tweak? She is in real discomfort there.
Yeah, you can see her holding her hamstring there. And looking visibly upset.
Yeah, I think it looked like a hammy, didn't it? Let's have a quick look here, Greenie.
Yeah, that's a quintessential hamstring when you've got that clutching right there. You can see her pull up. She did well to get a shot off, really, when she's dealing with that, because she is not looking good.
Oh, such a shame. Aideen Keane, her first season at Canberra, she is in real distress. That is a hamstring. She's not coming back on. a replacement coming for Canberra United. Will they make it before half-time? This half is like the half that never ends. We've had an extra 5 minutes at the moment. Probably more to come. I wonder whether Anthony Jagarinic might just put a sub on, or will he just wait till half-time? 18 Keane, I'm almost certain, is not coming back on. Only 10 on for Canberra at the moment. Can Wellington take advantage? McMeekin's off after this one. And wins a throw for her side. Is there time to take it? Eyes on Beth Rattray, and she says yes. Now, 18 Keane's going to make her way back on. She's gone back on, but that can only be to make up the numbers, because I'm almost certain she can't continue. Wellington, meantime, have a corner. So, Annalie Longo lines up a corner for Wellington. Can they, right at the end of the first half, square the ledger? Drifted into a very crowded 6-yard area, out to the edge. And just as Wynnum was lining up a potential shot at goal, Beth Rattray brings a very eventful first half to a close. We've had an extra 6 or 7 minutes at the end of it, but Michelle Heyman with the big smile. And why wouldn't it be a smile on her face when you're an A-League goal-scoring centurion? It's her goal that separates the two sides. Plenty of talking points, though, which we'll go through for you shortly. There's your half-time score, though. Wellington Phoenix 0, Canberra United 1.
Spectators must comply with the Ninja A-League Women's term of admission and the venue's conditions of entry, including provisions relating to security screening and intoxication. Any spectator identified with a prohibited item or assessed as duly intoxicated may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questionings. We ask you to respect your fellow spectators by refraining from illegal and dangerous activities. The A-League's Professional Footballers Australia and Football Coaches Australia are taking a stand against online bullying in Australian football. There's no place for racism, abuse or hate in our sport. Play it fair. And flares are illegal at our venues. If you possess or throw a flare, there are several penalties that apply. Any spectator identified with a prohibited item may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questioning. Financial fine may also be issued. chance for any spectator to enter the field of play without authorisation. There is a chance of fines and her Canberra police. A yell is permitted to fine a signature fine level. Staying in the stands.
Half-time here at Porirua Park in Wellington's northern suburbs. Canberra United with a 1-0 lead as the crowd enjoys some half-time refreshment, entertained by some future Phoenix stars out there playing a small-sided game. Good crowd in attendance, plenty of yellow and black supporting their home team. Where can you get one of those big potato things? That's what I want to know. Let's have a look, Greenie, at the goal that separates the sides from Michelle Heyman. Almost inevitable that she would be the one to provide it.
There is some ball through that just cuts the entire midfield and back line of the Phoenix. And then, as we've said before, Michelle Heyman is not going to miss from there.
Yeah, really clever from Markovski. You're right about the ball. What a ball it was. Sophia Christopherson, I think, provided it. Maya Markovski got past a defender, squared it up for Michelle Heyman, and for somebody who's just brought up 100 goals, she was fairly relaxed in her celebration. But yeah, a milestone for Michelle Heyman. Her first goal on New Zealand soil in Canberra colours. Let's have a look at the stats here. What stands out the most, I guess, in terms of the shots at goal? Just the one for Wellington, and nothing on target, nothing to trouble Sally James in the first half.
Yeah, look, that's been the flavour of the half for the Phoenix. I think even at the passes there, you've got 239 to Canberra's 114, but there's nothing to show for it. The expected goals, I'll never quite understand what makes that up, but I'm sure the lower one means that you're expecting less. And I think you've got that much possession, you've got to be making some final acts from it.
Yeah, it's a really good observation, because there's been a lot in terms of forward momentum for Wellington, but nothing in terms of a cutting edge. There's been a lot of creativity in the attacking third for Canberra United. Of course, Michelle Heyman's goal, but Maya Markovski in her first game on New Zealand soil has been catching the eye as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Her ability to turn there, to run at players, while Longo gets her there. There's been a couple against McMeekin where she's just clicked it past her when you wouldn't even know McMeekin was there. Markovski's definitely had the run of the left-hand side down here.
Yeah, she's a good addition. And said that after being let go by Melbourne Victory, she was at a bit of a crossroads, but has found her way back into the A-League Women's through her performances with the Bulleen Lions in the State League in Victoria. 20 goals for them. So back into A-League action.
Yeah, look, that's an absolute testament to her character. To get let go by a club is never an easy thing. To put your head down, work hard and come back at it is unbelievable. And I think you've got a few players in Canberra that have been like that, where maybe their style hasn't matched the clubs that they've been at originally, and then they've come here and they've made it their new home, and you can see that they're off to a rip-roarer start.
Well, we mentioned a lack of Phoenix chances. There have been the odd sniff of a chance. Let's have a look at their best attacking moments in this first half, and yeah, it's been nearly but not quite on a couple of occasions.
It's a great ball in from Longo there, and a good flick from Jale. That's arguably been their best chance of the half, I'd say.
Yep, Mania Elliott there was the one who couldn't quite find the target. And then there's this one where I think Liz Anton did a pretty good job in defence for Canberra.
Yeah, look, Liz Anton does a great job. Alyssa Wynnham's got to do something better there. She's either got to drag the defender, take her one way to free up Jale, or get at it herself. And I think she does neither there, which makes Liz Anton's job slightly easier and really frustrating. You've got 2v1 there, you've got to be getting a chance of.
So some shreds of encouragement for Paul Temple. Plenty of possession, just needs a bit of cutting edge. Maybe that'll come in the second half. Half-time here at Porirua Park. The Phoenix 1-0 behind against Canberra United in the clash of the capitals. Too easy. What are they called though? Are they called big potato things? What is that? What do you ask for? A what?
Find the balance between excitement and adventure in the 7-seater Isuzu MUX. Go your own way. Get ready to cheer, just like Liberty Sports the A-Leagues. They're on your team too. Whether you're planning a holiday or buying a new home, they can provide the assist you need to kick your free thinking goals. Liberty, loans for free thinkers. You can make it with Ninja. Barbecues available with electric grills that sear and char like a gas grill. Plus, you can also barbecue, smoke, and air fry outdoors. Backyard bashes available with pizza ovens that give you crispy crust, high heat roasting, and barbecue smoking. No matter how you're spending your time outdoors, we're indoors, outdoors with Ninja.
Welcome back to Potido Park. Half-time here in this Ninja A-League Women's second round clash, the clash of the capital cities. We saw Aideen Keane looking as though she'd pulled a hamstring at the end of the first half. There is Ruby Nathan, the Kiwi. 5 New Zealand caps and a goal as well against the Solomon Islands back in February. Second season at Canberra. Get the feeling that Ruby Nathan is going to take the place of Aideen Keane. Good for the hometown girl to get a run out, Greenie, on home soil. Ruby Nathan will be looking forward to 45 minutes for Canberra.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a good scene to see young Kiwi talent getting minutes in the A-League.
Plenty of young Kiwi talent to the Phoenix side. There's one, Nanaya Elliott. And are we also going to see a change? We are going to see a change, I think, for Wellington in goal. We saw Carolina Vilau in real trouble at the end of the first half, and Amy Daniele, there she is going to earn a second Wellington Phoenix appearance. Carolina Vilau got a cork thigh, a Charlie horse, a dead leg, whatever you want to call it, and right at the end of that first half when Aideen Keane actually injured herself, Carolina Vilau thought about coming out, didn't, And I just wondered then whether she was going to be okay to continue. The answer, it would appear, is no, she's not.
Never what you want to see so early on in the season. You know, you're in game 2 and you've already got players coming off with what could be longer term injuries, particularly in Nadine Keene's case. So sure, they'll be wrapping some support around her to try and get her fit as soon as possible, because she's looked outstanding in the start of the season.
Yeah, Ruby Nathan is into the action. There she is, back of that huddle there. The 19-year-old Kiwi, Ruby Nathan, she's going to get a 23rd A-League women's appearance. And just awaiting confirmation of the change for Wellington. There are the 10 outfield players waiting to be joined by a goalkeeper, and we're being told that they're not going to make the change just yet. They are going to... No, now they are making the change. Yeah, I was looking around for Carolina Vallau, couldn't see her anywhere. So we're now being told that, yes, indeed, Amy Daniele in 22 for Wellington Phoenix will take her place in goal. So I guess what that also does is limit the number of outfield substitutes for Paul Temple as well, as Amy Daniele gets a warm round of applause as she makes her way out. So a change of pace for the two sides. The two Kiwis, Daniele for Phoenix, Nathan for Canberra.
Substitution for the Wellington Phoenix, number 39, Carolina Vallau is out. And instead we have...
Underway in the second half as Wellington Phoenix, all in yellow, attack the goal to left of screen in the second half. And immediately Manoir Elliott. Well, while we're watching that, there's a dog on the pitch. You don't often see that. Well, certainly not at this level. I think Annalie Longo, I think that might be Annalie Longo's own dog. Maybe he needs to go and get her or him. Yellow Fever in a rendition of Who Let the Dogs Out. And now there are all sorts of players trying to tempt the canine towards the I think I've ever seen this. Oh, and Annalie Longo reunited with her pooch. This is indeed the best league in the world.
We've got the Phoenix manager there, Tony West, called into action.
That all happened off the back of a really good opportunity for Manoir Elliott, didn't it, to square the ledger early in the second half, Granny?
Yeah, that was some intent to come out with for the Phoenix. I think they've started the half off really well. You couldn't have asked for a better start, really. That was great to see Annalie Longo have the ball running at teams, and we've got Ruby Nathan now.
She unfortunately came from an offside position, Ruby Nathan. It's unfortunate for her. She had the opportunity to look along the line and had gone just too far ahead of the last defender because it was a raking pass.
Yeah, for your wide forwards there, you would want them looking across the line, especially when you're playing against a back three, which is so narrow. You're going to have acres there, so you can afford to give yourself a yard and almost hedge a little bit so that you're definitely staying on side, because she would have been in acres if she'd been on there.
So, plenty of action in the first couple of minutes of the second half. Main. Now Wynnum out in a wide area. Into McMeekin. Now Jale. Won't quite sit there for Wellington.
It's a much better start from Wellington here, and you've got Wynnum getting the ball higher up so that when she does run at players, it means that you're going to be in a much more effective area. I think they had a tendency in the first half if you had Wynnum, Longo going looking for the ball, even Jale at times coming so deep, and that's just not where you want your attacking players to be getting the ball in your own half. You want them up there so that when they can turn, they can bring in the strikers and get a final act.
Header won by McCutcheon, and now Elliott again can get herself involved. Longo. They're calling for the switch on the far side. Well, McMeekin is. She gets the ball now. Can McMeekin create something for Wellington? Into Longo. Trademark ability to hold on to the ball for Annalie Longo. Throw coming the way of Wellington as McCutcheon and McMeekin look to combine. A low block from Canberra. Only Heyman is not there. Ball into Alyssa Wynnum. Forced wide Wynnum. She just recycle it for the home side. Wellington doing their best to penetrate in towards Main. Punched by James, not all the way away though, but Ruby Nathan was fouled on the edge of the penalty area to the displeasure, it must be said, of the Wellington Phoenix players and fans.
Yeah, you can see the Phoenix players looking upset with that call, but I'd say that's a clear-cut foul. Ruby Nathan did really well to get her body in between the player and the ball there. Bit dodgy coming out from the keeper there.
Yeah, she didn't seem entirely confident, did she, Sally James, coming for that one? Got the punch on the ball, but not with any authority.
No, when you've got your keeper coming out there, you really want them to be dominating. You know, they're able to use their hands. They can get about a foot higher than anyone else, so you really need them to be claiming that.
Jale. Elliott's off on another run. Jale heads central. She got McMeekin up with her. McCutcheon.
Ruby, step a little. Good. Good.
McMeekin again. Gee, I've been impressed with her and her ability to get up and down. Zoe McMeekin. Ball into the area and broken up by Robers. Not cleared though. Still there for Wellington. And towards Main. Canberra just having a bit of trouble clearing. Now they can. Ruby Nathan and Rebecca Lake together. And shirts being held. Ruby Nathan's off on a run though. Lake back with her. Barry with a foot in. Stanich Floody making it difficult for Mac Barry. Christopherson. Malone. Taylor Young can't hold on to it now. Emma Main, chance to run at Mackenzie. Only Jale ahead. Wynnum. McMeekin's up on the right-hand side. And who's that off last? Off the Canberra defender, Alex McKenzie. So it'll be a corner for Wellington. Second corner of the contest for Wellington. Annalie Longo sizing it up. Plenty of yellow shirts in the penalty area. Lots of elevation on it. Climbing high, and a great save by James. What a save by James. Absolutely outstanding goalkeeping. Grace Jale with a header, James with the save.
That was an unbelievable save. It's a good ball in from Longo. You've got Jale coming up, and man, she was quick to get across to that James in goal there. And then well done from the Canberra United defenders to be the first ones to get the rebound.
Clutch goalkeeping from Sally James. Another corner to deal with though for the Canberra goalkeeper and her defenders. Again, Longo gives it plenty of elevation. It's away by Heyman, I think, that time. Wynnum looking to recycle. Into McMeekin, but it's all going to break down, unfortunately, and Michelle Heyman is back. Just wellies it into touch.
It's looking much more promising from the Phoenix at the start of the second half.
They want to keep going at pace. McMeekin and Wynnum combined. Zoe McMeekin in the penalty area. Another corner coming the way of Wellington. As I understand it, Zoe McMeekin is on limited minutes today. She only did half of the pre-season because of a toe injury. She was only good for 70 minutes today, so it's great to see her so energetic. Elliott dropped short. Longo towards the penalty spot. Lake towards the edge. Alyssa Wynnum lines it up. Passes it almost into the penalty area. Away by Markovski. But a good period of sustained pressure for Wellington Phoenix. Can they keep it going?
Step a little, get our shape. Just ride it, just ride it.
It's the voice of Anthony Jagarinic. Jaber stepping into midfield, and now Ruby Nathan with a chance to break down the right-hand side. McCutcheon's come across to try and hold her progress. Not a lot of help at the moment from Nathan, but she does find it from Stanich Floody. Nathan again. Heyman can't control. Away by McMeekin. Christopherson. Nathan with the first time ball forward. Rovers looking to get on the end of it. Amy Daniele. She'll enjoy the feel of the ball in her gloves.
Football's undoubtedly a game of momentum, and the Phoenix have it at the minute, and they've got to keep pushing. What you don't want now is things to slow down.
Zoe McMeekin's done well to keep that in. That was a rather challenging pass from Daniele, but she's done well. You're dead right, Greenie. They want to keep the momentum going in the attacking third if possible. Well, Maya McCutcheon was being manhandled, she believed, by Emma Rovers. Beth Rattray, the referee, agreed. Not sure the swinging arm from McCutcheon was absolutely necessary.
I'd be saying it wasn't, and she'll be glad that the foul was called, because I wouldn't have wanted to see that go on much further.
Jale, little flick on. Emma Main's in the area. So too Elliott. Good defending by Canberra. That aerial threat of Grace Jale apparent again. McMeekin. Wellington with a head of steam up. Just hit the back of Longo's heel. Momentum, as you say, Greenie, well and truly with Wellington at the moment. Helped into the area. Wynnum's there. Main's there. Headed towards goal. No problem for Sally James that time.
It's a decent effort by Main, but those balls are tough coming in when you're trying to head them first time. They're from a long way out, and so to get any sort of purchase on it and any sort of power, you've got to be unbelievable in the air.
Meekin not quite able to find the mark with that one. Mackenzie strides into the centre circle and is fouled.
I've been impressed with the Canberra back four. I think they've been really composed. Their ability to step into the midfield's been good, and they've taken the sting out of most of the Phoenix attacks.
Ball's gone out on the far side. Maya Markovski not quite able to keep it in. Yep, they've dealt pretty much with everything that's been thrown at them. Mackenzie, Anton, Taylor-Young, Christopherson. Darcy Malone sitting in front, forming a bit of a shield for the back four. Wellington, though, will continue to probe. Here's Emma Main. She's an on goal. Emma Main straight at James. The chances are starting to mount for Wellington. comes McMeekin again. Gee, she's been good, really good. In towards Charlie, who puts a hand up to give a thumbs up for the intent.
The space on that opposite side there for Mania Elliott was screaming for the ball to get out there. So if McMeekin, once she cuts in, can find that far side, that's where all of the space is.
Wellington game number 38 this afternoon for Zoe McMeekin. 4th equal on the all-time list now. Only Mac Barry, Kate Taylor and Alyssa Wynnum ahead of her. Here's Mania Elliott in towards Main. Wynnum's there. Tries to get the ball out from under her feet and shoots off the post from Alyssa Wynnum. As close as Wellington have come. Attention down the other end now as Nathan fires a ball towards Heyman, claimed by Daniele. Oh, so close for Alyssa Wynnum.
Gee, that was exciting. All of those things that were so close in the first half and not quite coming off seem to be coming together for Wellington this half.
Another chance perhaps now if Mania Elliott can seize upon this one. Beaten to the ball by Anton. Still there though for Wellington. Shoving the back by Markovski. Was it on McMeekin? No, says the referee. Markovski goes forward. She can't find Heyman though, and no harm done for Wellington. This game's got real pace to it now. Longo brings Mania Elliott in. Main in the area. Jarley too, and Wynnum. Again, it's good, solid defending by Liz Anton. Game really opening up now as we approach the hour mark. Markovski brings in Ruby Nathan. Heyman on the far post if Nathan can find her. Mac Barry goes to deck and gets back up. Quality defending by Mac Barry. Can't keep it in. It's all action.
This game has really opened up, and that is so close to be the opening goal for the Phoenix.
Alyssa Wynnum, just the 2 A-League women's goals for her. Must have thought there was a third coming. Markovski and Barry engaged in a battle down by the corner flag. Mackenzie Barry wins that particular battle. Away by Elliott. Main's going to seize on it. Tries to help it on towards Jarley. Again, Liz Anton showing her composure. Much better from Wellington in the second half.
The openness of this game is something you'd expect to see in, I reckon, the 88th minute, not the 61st. So I think we're going to be for a very exciting last 30 minutes.
Yeah, not so great for the heart rates of coaches, but yeah, great for fans. There's some big open spaces. Just looking at the respective benches, no movement on either of them just at the moment. Here's Longo. Elliott again, the target out left. Once again, Wellington forward in good numbers. Jarley's going to have to chase after that one. Liz Anton again coming across. Gee, she's looked very good on Canberra debut. Liz Anton, hardly surprising for a player of her experience.
Yeah, I think Liz Anton's been unbelievable, and to have someone defensive like that.
Hang on a sec, Rooney, as Emma Main almost ceases upon that one.
And yet again, Liz Anton clears it. I think she's been great for Canberra so far.
Ball played in towards Sally James. Emma Main was making a nuisance of herself, and there she is. Liz Anton, as you say, getting it away. Now towards the left goes Robers towards Heyman and towards Markovski. Mania Elliott's back off the shins of Ruby Nathan, and goal kick for Wellington. Underway quickly, Longo under pressure from Malone, and Lake can't find the pass to Elliott. Wellington just having a bit of trouble getting the ball clear at the moment.
Yeah, I think the Phoenix wingbacks have put in an absolute shift so far. So you've got Mania Elliott, Zoe McMeekin running doggies up and down the field, having to be an attacking threat. And then you can see there where Rebecca Lake needs Mania Elliott to drop out to play it out. She's just not able to get there.
Christopherson. Into Rovers. Finds its way through to Nathan. A few green shirts to aim at, but into Mania Elliott behind for what will be another corner for Canberra, their second. It's going to be Mary Stanich-Floody to address this corner. Delivery into a crowded area. Good claim by Amy Daniele. That'll give her plenty of confidence. And amongst a number of green and yellow shirts, she rose highest.
It was a great take from the new keeper to come in and dominate there.
And towards Wynnum. Jarley's there. Main as well. Alyssa Wynnum. She slides Jarley in. How's this for Wellington? Alyssa Wynnum! Opportunity for Alyssa Wynnum there. Couldn't quite get the contact she was after as it rebounded into her path.
That's such an important run there from Emma Main across the goalkeeper to put some confusion in there, and then it popped up to Wynnum and she wasn't able to get it on frame.
Wellington Phoenix substitutes set off down towards the northern end of Porirua Park. Maba Tanaka, Lara Wall, Daisy Brazendale and Olivia Ferguson. I get the feeling we're going to see Olivia Ferguson if the score stays like this. 10 shots at goal in the second half for Wellington, none for Canberra. You talk about momentum, Greenie, and it is certainly with the home side. Jarley. Does well, Grace Jarley. Brings Longo in. Wynnum. Does she wrap her foot around this one? Alyssa Wynnum. On her less favoured left foot. Alyssa Wynnum seems most likely, doesn't she?
Yeah, the Phoenix are knocking on the door.
Change coming for Canberra. Sounds as though they're going to shore things up defensively. Maya Markovski's day is done. Tegan Bertolicio will take her place, a defender by trade. Bertolicio replacing an attacking player in Markovski. 18-year-old in her second season at Canberra. Tegan Bertolicio.
Is in for number 17, Maya Markovski.
So Bertolicio has gone into a right back position, pushing Sophia Christopherson a bit further forward. Certainly a defensive change though by Anthony Jagarinic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way that the second half's gone, they'll be looking to just shore themselves up defensively and take the sting out of the game.
Wynnum move into space and tries to find Longo. Can't quite. It's Malone in there, but plenty of yellow shirts too. Ruby Nathan, was she fouled? Yes, says referee Rattray. Crowd again trying to lift the home side as we approach the three-quarter mark in this game. But a light drizzle starting to fall here at Porirua Park as well. The lights are on.
Perfect playing conditions. You've got a mild 15 degrees Celsius. The ground will start to be slippery now, so the ball will skid along, and it's going to be an exciting last 20 minutes.
Yep, no wind to speak of, although there's a little bit of fluttering going on in the corner flags. Good run by Christopherson here. In towards the 6-yard area, Heyman! And off a Phoenix defender last. Good run and cross from Sophia Christopherson. And Michelle Heyman, well, we know she doesn't need many opportunities. It's come off Mackenzie Barry, who's stayed down just to clash your heads perhaps with Heyman. Good to continue though, Mac. Wouldn't Canberra love a second goal now? Taroba's on the edge. Back to Stanich Floody. The cross is good. Away by McCutcheon. Maya McCutcheon looking to turn defence into attack. Here is Zoe McMeekin. Wynnum. Main. McMeekin, Grace Jarley's all alone on the far post. Elliott, can she track that one down? I don't think she will. Jaber just holding off Nathan, retaining possession. Daniele lane for Mania Elliott, and then rebounds, and Grace Jarley might seize upon this. At the moment she's got Wynnum and Main up with her. Sliding in is Bertolicio with the tackle. Still there for Wellington. Elliott. Anton has been pulled out of central defence.
They do a great job of getting numbers behind the ball quickly, don't they, Canberra United?
Yeah, every single player at the moment. Just asking Wellington to solve the equation. McMeekin's kept that one in and then has gone down and it's taken off her by Taylor Young. I mentioned that McMeekin was only a 70-minute proposition today. We've gone past the 70-minute mark. I think Paul Temple would be loath to bring her off with the impact that she's had, particularly on attack. Paul Temple just trying to do the sums in his head, work out the best way to enable his team to find an equaliser. That's Amy Shepherd alongside his new assistant coach. Tiana Jaber gets the better of Ruby Nathan, plants it forward. Anton there though, and back it goes. Change coming the way of Canberra.
Substitution for Canberra United.
Holly Murray is entering the fray in place of Emma Robers. So Holly Murray in her third season at Canberra United makes her 29th appearance in place of Emma Robers. Wellington take the opportunity to get together for a bit of a chin wag, as there's a player down on the far side of this, McMeekin. What do you think the messaging will be from Paul Temple to his side as they get ready for the last 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be much of the same. Keep getting the ball forward, keep numbers forward, and get balls in the box. Test out the goalkeeper and get some shots off. Although you can see a couple of defenders thicken conversation there, and on the flip side of that, while you are flooding numbers forward, you're going after the result, you've got to be keeping it tight at the back, and they'll be so wary of that after last week against Western United.
I can see Maba Tanaka here is fully stripped. I get the feeling that they might make that change pretty soon. Tanaka perhaps for McMeekin, although Zoe McMeekin is back on her feet on the far side of Porirua Park and looking keen to re-enter the fray. can see Lara Wall also getting ready to perhaps enter the action too. Play back in, or play back on rather, as Jarley picks this one up. Nice from Grace Jarley. Oh, she's absolutely collected there by Mary Stanich-Floody. Back up on her feet though, she's a tough customer, Grace Jarley. The 34 cap football fern. Mary Stanich-Floody might have got a yellow card there. So double change incoming for Wellington. Maeva Tanaka and Lara Wall both ready to enter, so no sign yet of Olivia Ferguson. Charlie not quite able to find Emma Main. We're told it'll be McMeekin and Wynnum who make way. Now the change is happening, so it'll be Tanaka. Maeva Tanaka, the Japanese winger, on for Alyssa Wynnum, who's had a good 75 minutes. And Lara Wall makes her second A-League women's appearance in place of the excellent Zoe McMeekin. So Lara Wall into the action out of Christchurch. Immediately called into action, tracking Christopherson. Works during the day when she's not playing as a structural engineer. So mixing her playing career with her business career. Another change coming the way of Canberra United as well. Janea Dos Santos is going to take the place of Mary Stanich-Floody. Perhaps the booking that Stanich-Floody picked up might have been behind that decision. Janea Dos Santos, the 19-year-old, made her Canberra debut last weekend, a couple of years at Sydney FC, released to seek further opportunities. You'll remember she scored against the Phoenix for Sydney FC last season in a 1-0 win. Into the action, Janea Dos Santos. Dos Santos with a little flick into Heyman. Here's Dos Santos. What an introduction that would be. Only been on the field 11 seconds and getting a shot away.
Yeah, it's great to see Janea getting more minutes with Canberra United, and she'll be excited when they finally do play against Sydney and she's up against her sister.
On the ball again, Dos Santos. Links with Nathan. Wall gets it away. Here's the first chance to have a look at Tanaka. Gets it away to Elliott, who's turned up on the right-hand side now. Main is still there. McKenzie gets it away into the final 15 minutes of regulation time here in Porirua. And I think we are going to see our first look at Olivia Ferguson as well. So, Paul Temple rolling the dice. Grace Jarley battling away over on the right-hand side. Throw doesn't go her way. Here come Wellington in the area. Jarley has it. Really crowded in there for Grace Jarley. No way forward. Back to Jaber. Tiana Jaber. Is this Wellington's moment? Denier Elliott. Poured behind by Sally James. Another corner for the home side. So before the corner can be taken, the change is going to be made. That's Mania Elliott's last action, replaced by Olivia Ferguson, the English striker on debut. Played in the WSL for Bristol City and Yeovil Town, the Scottish Premier League for Celtic, also Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Leicester City, Coventry City and Wolverhampton Wanderers. What a CV. Into the action comes Ferguson. On the edge. Shot comes in and just up and over off the boot of Lara Wall. She would have been the most unlikely of goal scorers.
That fell to her nicely and she got some real purchase behind it. Man, the Phoenix have done everything but score so far this half.
They must feel really that they deserve something for their endeavour. The second half, as you say, Greenie, it's been so much more incisive, hasn't it? So much more in terms of chance creation. Just still nothing to show for it just yet. Dos Santos almost gets away from Lake, who pokes it behind for a Canberra corner.
On the flip side of that, we've had Canberra quietly going about their business. They're still creating chances. They're still beating players 1v1, getting corners, getting balls into the box.
Yep, Anthony Jagarinic would love a second goal. Imagine going 2 from 2 at the start of your reign as head coach. Beth Rattray is just making sure the push and shove in the 6-yard area doesn't come to anything. Dos Santos is going to take this corner. Wellington deal with it at the moment. Jale's back there and helps it forward. Tanaka is the furthest forward for Wellington. Gets a nice little header off towards Ferguson. Here's the first chance to see Ferguson. She brings Longo in. And sliding in and making the challenge was Hayley Taylor-Young. Throw though for Wellington Phoenix. Ferguson was a shove in the back there. No. Wall. And towards Sally James, skimming off the surface as you talked about before. Greenie, but that light rain making it a little bit more slippery out there.
It's a good ball in there, and James does well, you know. She's off her line, ready to come and get that one, because you did see Emma Main sniffing around for that one too.
Heyman has Christopherson ahead of her. Gives it back to the freshly arrived Holly Murray. She helps it in. Daniele watches it bounce and then safely grabs it. She's looked pretty good in goal, Amy Daniele, since her arrival at half-time. Tanaka with a little shove in the back of Janaya Dos Santos. Just releases the pressure valve ever so slightly for Canberra. Final change coming for Wellington Phoenix. Daisy Brazendale is going to get the final 8.5 minutes plus stoppages in place of Rebecca Lake. It's a defender or a defender off and a midfielder on, so that'll change the shape of the back, no doubt. Daisy Brazendale, the Phoenix Academy graduate, upgraded from a scholarship contract to a full senior deal back in August. She's into the action for her 8th appearance for Wellington Phoenix. You can see the Brazendale family here down in front of us with the shirts and the surname across the back. Daisy Brazendale's from Golden Bay at the top of the South Island. Her parents used to drive her a 4-hour round trip from Golden Bay to Nelson just to train. So that's parental dedication if ever I heard it. All 3 results well and truly still on the table here. Wellington Phoenix will feel as though they've got enough in their locker to create 1 or 2 more chances. McCutcheon's dropped back into centre back. Longo, good sliding challenge by Holly Murray. But ball forward is cut out by Barry. Longo stayed down for the meantime. Emma Main is off on a run down the right-hand side. Throw coming.
You can see Longo clutching her back there. Hasn't got up since that last big tackle.
Well, she is as tough as they come, Annalie Longo. No more subs available, unfortunately, for Paul Temple. That is, I guess, an issue which hopefully won't come back to hurt them. Just put Daisy Brazendale on. I think Annalie Longo, who's probably covered just about every inch of Porirua Park this afternoon, will hopefully be okay. After one at Sydney FC and a couple at Melbourne Victory. Yeah, that doesn't look good for Annalie Longo, but she will hate to come off. It also leaves the Phoenix down to 10.
That's Murphy's Law, isn't it? The minute you make your last substitute, someone gets injured and has to come off.
Well, she's going to, I think, give it a crack. Play goes on with the Phoenix outnumbered at the moment, but they've won another corner. Now, Annalie Longo's been taking the corners, so somebody else is going to have to do that. She's just jogging up and down. She's back on the pitch, Annalie Longo. But I don't think she's in any shape to take the set piece. Looks like Emma Main might go across and assume the set piece duties.
You can see Canberra have absolutely everyone back in the box there.
Is this the moment for Wellington? Emma Main with the corner. The delivery's good. Climbing high, McCutcheon. Bouncing around, not cleared by Canberra. Now Nathan gets it away. Brazendale back. Wall is there. Maybe Tanaka can't quite keep it in. Situation defused by the visitors. Tanaka, clever skill from the Japanese import. Wall, can she keep that in? She hasn't quite managed it. The flag is up. Great skill by Maeva Tanaka. Played professionally in Japan and South Korea. Had time at Preston Lions in the Victorian NPL. Just not able to keep it in, Lara Wall. Feel like that's come off Dos Santos last. Wellington now with time a little bit against them. Barry assumes control for Wellington. Into Jale, now Longo. Good ball for Tanaka. Is there any end product for Wellington here? Longo. Little lob towards the far post. Ferguson going to try and track it down, can't. Well, it seems like hours ago that Michelle Heyman opened the scoring. But it is the decisive moment so far in this game. Wellington get it back into the 89th minute.
Follow, Holly, follow!
Heyman nips in and takes it away from McCutcheon, but then trips on the turf here, unfortunately. Ball's going back to Daniele. Brazendale up towards Ferguson. Daisy Brazendale breaks things up again for Wellington and wins possession back. McCutcheon sizes up her options. Tanaka. Jaber. And now Main. Emma Main. It's drifting over towards the far post, and Grace Jarley with a header into a defender. Bertolicio, and another corner for Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah, that was quite an unassuming cross in, wasn't it? You thought it had gone too far, and then there Grace Jarley was popping up far post.
Another corner for Wellington Phoenix. Annalie Longo will take this one. A throng of yellow shirts to aim at, towards the near post. Out towards Lara Wall, and cleared away by Christopherson. They want the ball. Tiana Jaber is pleading for the ball kids to get the ball back in. Wall. Approaching the 90th minute, we're going to have 8 extra minutes minimum. 8. Plenty of time for Wellington Phoenix. Launched into the area. Jarley with the header back across goal. Is it there for Wellington? Calls for handball. Brazendale. No VAR in the Ninja A-League, of course. Tanaka can't quite hold on to it. Jaber. Wall is outside. And gets a return pass. Lara Wall looks up, back across the 6-yard area, cleared to Tanaka. Does well to control the spinning football. Jaber sliding in Heyman. Jaber did well to elude her and hold on to the ball. Longo takes on Christopherson. Annalie Longo into the area. Jarley on the edge. McCutcheon. It'll be a corner. Longo with the corner. And a crowded 6-yard area. Jarley, what a save! What a save by James again from the head of Grace Jarley.
It's another great ball in from Longo, floated up, and then that's a great reaction save there from James.
She has been very good in the occasion she's been called upon this afternoon, Sally James. Back at Canberra United for the second time in her career. Part of the Australian squad at the Under-20 World Cup in 2022, and she's come up big a couple of times. I think that was McCutcheon, was it, rather than Jarley?
Yeah, it was, and if you're lofting a ball in like that, you want to have Grace Jarley and McCutcheon in there.
Here come Wellington again, with numbers in the penalty area. Ferguson goes down, no penalty given, says Beth Rattray. And that will be a foul the other way.
I'd be saying there's not too much in that. As a defender, you'd be pretty upset if that's called against you.
Yeah, Hayley Taylor-Young, I agree. Came together with Olivia Ferguson, but I'm not sure that there was anything untoward. 3 of the extra 8 minutes have elapsed. Sophia Christopherson just forced to take it into the corner and draws a foul from Tiana Jaber, who kicks the ball away in displeasure. So Canberra taking their time over this free kick, as they naturally would at 1-0 ahead. Michelle Heyman just using her experience to soak up a few extra seconds.
I'd be surprised if they put this one in. I'm assuming it'll be played short just to kill a few extra seconds.
That's your experience coming through, Greenie. I think you're probably right, though. Heyman and Christopherson over the ball. Bang on, Greenie. They go to the corner. Brazendale across there to try and take it away from Christopherson. Main is there too. And it's gone out off Emma Main. So throw the way of Canberra as more seconds are soaked up. It's in the wrong part of the pitch for Wellington, the exact right part of the pitch for Canberra. Looking to try and keep it down there, but away come Wellington Phoenix through McCutcheon. Looking for Ferguson. Taylor Young in the way. Barry forward towards Longo. She get a shove in the back. No, says the referee. Tanaka picks it up anyway. Longo has stayed down again. She has absolutely been in the wars today, Emily Longo. Lara Wall puts it out so that Longo could get some treatment, but I wonder whether Canberra are going to give it back.
And look, the referee saw that one. She knew it was a foul and she played advantage, so there can't be too many complaints from the Phoenix there.
Ruby Nathan is going to give this one back. And away we go in towards Longo, who I'm pretty sure didn't really want that. Mac Barry sprints back. We're approaching the 7th added minute. That one rebounds to Longo. Asks Ferguson to chase. Here's Olivia Ferguson. Oh, we're going to see Fergie time. Sally James is out. Ferguson flying in on Sally James, who's going to need some treatment now. Referee Beth Rattray is just going to have a word to Olivia Ferguson and I think produce a yellow card.
And after watching the replay from that, you're probably going to be thinking, fair enough. That's a studs up boo right into James's stomach.
So Olivia Ferguson with the yellow card.
This game's going to be the gift that just keeps on giving. I think we're going to end up with about 10, 11 minutes of extra time.
Yeah, we had about an extra 5 or 6 at the end of the first half. Sally James is going to be okay to continue, thankfully. Anthony Jagarinic feels like the 3 points are close enough to touch, but there will have to be a few more minutes to negotiate for his team. Canberra United have never won a game in the A-League Women's in New Zealand. Before today, they'd never even scored a goal over here. They're a couple of minutes away from their first victory on New Zealand soil. The muscles must be aching now for all of these players. Amy Danieli's all the way out. Falls the way of Dos Santos. Christopherson, she's going to haul that one in. She has, and probably will stay over in the corner. Tiana Jaber's gone across. It's there for Wellington, though. They've done well to bring it away. Are there any open spaces? McCutcheon on towards Ferguson. Set upon in the middle of the park, though, and Ruby Nathan has the ball. We've had the extra 8 minutes. There'll be a bit more, though. Ruby Nathan is told to go to the corner. Ferguson is all the way back and takes it off her. Forward towards Jale. Is there one more chance for Wellington? Still patience from the home side. Back to Daniele. I've got to go 100 metres down the other end. Emma Main is there. Falls to McCutcheon. Slides it forward towards Ferguson. Longo still there looking for a teammate, Tanaka. We're in the 100th minute of this game. It's there for Tanaka. It's a corner, is it? Or was James going to gather? No, James gathers. And I wonder whether that might be it. Quick check of the watch from Beth Rattray. And after 100 minutes at Porirua Park, Michelle Heyman's 100th goal for Canberra United has earned them their first ever victory on New Zealand soil and kept their perfect record at the start of this Ninja A-League season alive. They are 2 from 2, and the clash of the capital cities goes the way of the Australians. Michelle Heyman with the goal, Canberra United with the win. Wellington Phoenix 0, Canberra United 1.
Thank you.